The Iran strikes were not just about destruction. They followed a Wardenian logic: hit the system, create paralysis, and force political shock. John Warden III is one of the most influential air power thinkers of the modern age. He's a retired United States Air Force colonel, a combat aviator, and one of the central intellectual actors behind the air campaign of Operation Desert Storm. His checkmate planning group and the instant thunder concept helped shape the opening logic of the 1991 Gulf War. Do not simply destroy enemy forces one by one. Paralyze the system that allows those forces to function. His central argument is simple. Do not look at the enemy only as the soldiers on a battlefield. Look at the enemy as a system. This idea becomes famous through his 5 rings model. At the center is leadership, the brain of the system. Around it are organic essentials: energy, fuel, electricity, and resources. Then comes infrastructure: roads, bridges, communication ports, and networks. After that comes population, and finally, the fielded military. Warden does not say the military is irrelevant. He says the military is often the outer layer. The issue is priority of targets. If the purpose is strategic paralysis, the question is not simply what can be hit. The question is, what should we hit first to make the whole system lose coordination? So Warden's theory is not only about air power, it's about targeting logic, it's about attacking the system through carefully selected nodes: leadership, command and control, energy, infrastructure, communication, and military networks. So the enemy cannot decide, coordinate, and respond effectively. Now connect this to the US strikes on Iran on 28 February 2026. Those strikes were not just about hitting military targets in isolation. Their logic was broader. They appeared designed to shock the Iranian system at multiple levels: leadership, command and control, air defenses, missile infrastructure, and state capacity. This is why Warden's theory matters. It gives us a lens to understand why Washington does not only fight the forces in front of it. It tries to disrupt the system behind those forces. In Warden's view, victory is not measured only by how many aircraft, tanks, or launchers are destroyed. The real question is, can enemy still decide? Can it still communicate? Can it still coordinate retaliation? Can it still control escalation? Another key Warden idea is parallel attack. Instead of striking one target, waiting and then striking another, the aim is to hit many critical nodes at the same time. This compresses the decision time. It overwhelms commanders, it creates confusion, it forces the adversary to respond multiple emergencies at once. That is the logic we see in recent US strike thinking towards Iran. The aim was not only punishment, it was paralysis. It was to make Tehran calculate the continued resistance could endanger the system itself, especially if key nodes keep failing under pressure. But here's the problem. Once you seek paralysis, you're not always looking for a clean, predetermined political outcome. You're creating disruption, you're creating shock, you're creating confusion. In theory, this forces the enemy to submit, but in practice, paralysis can also produce chaos. And chaos is not the same as control. A state under pressure may not behave exactly as the attacker expects. Its leadership may decentralize authority. Its military may retaliate through proxies. Its population may rally around the flag. Its commanders may act with less coordination, but more desperation. This becomes even more important in non-contact warfare. Non-contact warfare means fighting without direct occupation or large ground invasion. It relies on missiles, drones, aircrafts, cyber operations, electronic warfare, financial pressure, and information operations. The attacker seeks to impose costs from distance. In such a war, Warden's theory becomes attractive because it promises strategic effect without direct battlefield contact. You do not need to occupy territory if you cannot disable command systems, energy networks, air defenses, missile forces, and communications from afar. But this is also the weakness. You can hit the system without entering the system. You can disrupt the state without controlling the state. You can create fear, confusion, and operational breakdown, but you may not control what comes after. Iran is not a simple machine. It is a state, a security network, a revolutionary ideology, and a regional actor with partners across the Middle East. It can absorb pressure, decentralize decisions, retaliate indirectly, and turn external attack into domestic mobilization. So Warden helps us understand the design of strikes, but he does not guarantee their political success. Modern air power can shock, disrupt, and paralyze. But war is never only about systems, it is also about politics, legitimacy, fear, endurance, and will. The hardest question remains, after you hit the system, do you control the outcome, or have you only created chaos?